sense, but like you said, that's the price you pay, especially
Yes, the
when you're working in
price.
that industry, right?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. So
Yes.
I knew it. I knew, and I think there are more charges to come, right? He has more states, or is
I
this
think
the
that's it. If
final?
I'm not mistaken, I think that's it. I don't think anything could get any worse than that. They already done put 50 on them as is because with this one right here, that's like a total of 50. I think that's it right there. I
And
don't
he's
know,
how
but
old? Do you know how old he is?
no, I don't know how old Kelly is. I think if I'm not mistaken, he probably be in his early 50s. I don't know.
Oh
Guys, if you
Lord.
know exactly how old Kelly is, just go ahead and put it in the comments. But like I said, then say, it's no winners because you know, it's just horrible, but we're gonna go ahead and move on from that because we got a lot to go ahead and talk about. I'm using some slides this, so let me see what we got next. Do you know anything about Ciara?
Yes, I do. She's married to
Yeah.
Russell Wilson. Uh-huh.
Yes, with her, I was trying to get my niece on because they know all about this stuff right here. But I wanted to get her, and she supposed said she was coming in. But I see college and drop. I guess she'll come back on. Yeah. But yeah, when it comes to Ciara, with this controversy song, everybody is talking about it, how her new song is called For That Girl, talking about women does not need a man. Now I want you guys to help me to go ahead and make it make sense. Help me to make it make sense. How in the heck, I see you drop.
Yes.
Yeah, she's back.
Yeah, sorry
Yeah,
about that.
girl, put your seatbelt on.
Oh
Okay,
no,
okay, all right. Yeah, with Sierra, her new song is controversy. It's called "For That Girls," where she was telling the women to get the money. You don't need a man. But how could she say that when she got a whole man and 3 kids? Make it make sense.
yes, I heard. I don't know the full extent of the story, but I heard that they dragged her on Twitter.
Yes, good. Why would you want to do something like that? Knowing all the stuff that is going on out there when it's dealing with these girls, it doesn't make sense for her to say something like that when she left out of one relationship and went directly to this relationship right here and married her, a famous football player, got this huge rock on her finger, but yet she's trying to tell women get your own money, and you don't need a man. Girl, come on.
Yeah, that's it's crazy. It's crazy.
So much stuff is going on in this world for them to sit there and put out all that garbage. That's exactly what I call it, garbage, just for almighty dollars. You mean it's worth that much to sell your soul behind? Come on, make it make sense.
Some people do. Some people
Uh,
do.
I
Some
don't
people
know.
really do.
I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense. Because I feel like you know, if you want to go out there and you want to make songs, like back then, they was making songs that people could relate to and stuff that they went through. Just don't say, okay, I want to make a song just and I'm not living it. To me, that's fake. That's what I call fake.
Yes, absolutely fake.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I call fake. It doesn't make no sense at all. That's just to show you that these people is really messed up. Yep,
Yes,
really
yes, yeah.
messed up.
Really
Let me see
messed up.
my
Yes.
did you see my face when my camera was on. Oh, you talking about me? No, that was my niece. Yeah, but yeah, that's just messed up, And I was saying, why would these people do that? But like I said, the love of money is the root of all evil, and these people right there,
Absolutely.
as we know what they have done.
She's been fortunate
Yeah.
in her life, she's been dating popular guys. She went from Future, which is one of her son's father, right? And then she was before that, she was with Who was the other young guy that she was with? She was with
They
another
said
popular
50
guy.
Cent. She was with 50 Cent.
She
Now
was with
that's what I
50
heard.
Cent.
And yeah,
Uh,
I think I'm gonna say allegedly because I really don't follow those people. But I think I did hear something like that where they say she was with 50 Cent.
allegedly.
But
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And now
yes,
she's with
yeah.
Russell Wilson, who signed a big contract. So she'll never want for money.
No, but why would she tell a woman? Like I say, I'm all for women to be independent, but if you don't, if you want a helpmate, if you want a husband, like I said, then say, what's wrong with that? What woman wants to be pretty much, just be the man and the children, all, to me it's too hard. But like I said, this is the type of world that we live in. So you got some women where they feel that they don't need a man, that they can go ahead and do it all by themselves, but yet they complaining, about the kids and complaining about working two or three jobs, not home with the children. So you can't have it both ways. That's how I look at it. But then again, I've been married just about all my life, so I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. But we're gonna go ahead and move on from there. Yes, that's her look holding her man. But yet she wanna talk about somebody else. Yeah, that's the pot calling the kettle black. Give me a break. Yeah, and this picture right here. Did you see this picture right here with Rihanna and her husband and her child?
Yes, yes. What do you
What did
think
you
about it?
think when you saw that? No, do tell me first, and then I'm gonna tell you how I felt about it.
Well, it's Hollywood. She's showing that
Through that picture that she's grown up and that that she's happy and more power to her.
Hmm. Now, when I look at it that just the same as we was talking about Ciara. How women, I guess, when they feel that they are independent, she most likely, I don't know her pockets, she probably have more money than her husband, and I guess she felt like she's the breadwinner, she's the head of the house, but coming from, like I said, is it, how could I put it? Because like I said, here is real talk. Is it out of order? I don't know, because I feel like I would never want to emasculate a man, especially a black man, knowing that they've been through hell and back as is. That's exactly how I look at it. I would never want to be the head, and knowing that I have my husband in the house, call me old fashioned, but that's how I feel. I could never do that. I could never emasculate a black man, knowing that they've been through so much. I don't know.
So you felt that with the picture that she was emasculating him
Well, I
because
don't
she's
think that
holding
she
her hand.
was, I don't think that it was her intention. I think that the ones that took the pictures, I think that they did it. She really didn't, to her, she probably was clueless. She didn't know what's going on. She probably just thought that she took a picture, was glad to see that her man and her child was there, and that was it. But she didn't know exactly what they was doing. Like I said, with the industry, they can sit there and do editing, or paint a picture where you thinking is one way, and before you know it, it's something total different. So that's what I think that she really thought it was. Hey, talk with Shannon. Lana, look, Lana here. Let me go ahead and leave the link. If you want to come on, you can too. She also a content creator. Let me go ahead and leave the link. But because I want to talk about the bloggers, how is just too involved, with some of the stuff that's going on with the reality show. Because I saw where on Love and Marriage in Huntsville, Melanie's daughter, she had was selling her products, some shampoo, and she had some little cartoon characters which I want to go ahead and talk about that as well. Yeah, she had some cartoon characters.
Hmm.
And don't you know someone called and complained it, wanted to report those like it was copyright because she had some cartoon characters on a picture. Let me see if I can go ahead and put this up so you guys can see exactly. Uh, I see that. Oh my God. I thought that college had put a seatbelt on college and got removed again. I hope I didn't push the wrong thing and cause her to guys bear with me with this right here. Yeah, I don't know if I sat there and pushed the wrong button. And hold on one second, guys. Let me see. Did she drop or what? Or I made a mistake and clicked the wrong button. Yeah, I hope she didn't drop. But yeah, I want to go ahead and talk about this right here. Talk with Shannon. She said, "Oh, that's so nasty. To be honest, I'm coming on." Okay, okay. And come on, college. Yeah, so guys, we're gonna go ahead and talk about this right here because I saw this right here on Bondy Blue. Hey, Lanham, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
Glad you're here. You guys, make sure you go ahead and check out Lana's channel. Tell them about your channel, Lana.
Hi, everybody. So I cover reality TV. My voice sounds a little bit groggy. I,
You
I
sound
cover
kind of
reality.
low.
Yeah, I have like sore throat. Am I clear now?
Wait, go ahead.
Okay. So hi everybody. So talk with Lana. I cover reality TV basically for now till probably April when I have more time to cover other topics. But this topic you're talking about, I just even did a live tonight. I was pissed. Like, I was so pissed because this did not just start today. It started like 2 days ago. And for the love of me, I did not understand why people were coming for this small child. I mean, yes, everybody has their favorite. Some people like Tisha, some people like Masal, some people like Stormy. Everybody has people that they will eventually like in reality TV shows. But to take it upon yourself to sabotage a 3-year-old, I think you need psychiatric help because you've gone beyond the realm of a reality TV fan to being psychotic.
That's sad.
And this
That
is, I
that is
think, this is
sad when you
this
know
is the barest minimum of what they've done on this particular group. I was there. I had to just remove myself from my mental health. I don't know what's wrong with these women. They take, like, I don't know how you can take joy from insulting children. Everybody knows I'm not a fan of Tisha, but I don't think I've ever said anything about Tisha's children because it makes no sense. You do not know these children. Like, you don't know them. Even if you know them, it is way below you to talk about them because it just, for 2 days, they've been dragging this girl. 2 whole days.
that's horrible.
Like, I wish you were in that group chat. Like, for 2 whole days, they've been talking about her character, saying she acts that she's spoiled, like saying, like, any little thing that this girl does, they will take it, they will dissect it, and they'll be like, oh, she does not have manners, she's doing this, she's doing that. I'm like, you're no longer a fan of, like, for you to create a hate group, you're no longer a fan of a show. Now you've gone to another realm. Like, at this point, I don't think it's about you being a fan. It's about you carrying your psychopathic tendencies and just like you've seen a target and you are attacking this person. Because the particular person that messaged what was the what company again?
Say something sound like you was in the Matrix.
Oh, I said, what's the company
You
again that
there?
they messaged? Yes, I'm here. Can you hear
Yeah, I
me?
can hear you now.
Oh, okay. So I was saying, I was trying to ask what company they messaged again because I just keep forgetting.
The copyright.
Yes.
It was that cartoon. It was called Pose and something. I'm not too
Paw
familiar with it.
Patrol.
What it was
I
called?
remember Paw Patrol. It's a kids
Yes.
cartoon. And the sad thing about it is that I think, when they say hate blinds you, this was just a classic example of hate blinding you. I have no problem. I've always said it. I have no problem with someone hating somebody because that is life. At the end of the day, someone hates me, I hate someone. We will end up not liking certain people, and it is something that is way beyond our control. But when you have to go so far to make this person know that you really loathe them, at that point, I think you need to sit down and reevaluate your life because now it's no longer you hate this person. It is, I want to destroy this person.
Yeah, but I was talking about that from day one. I was saying when it comes to some of these content creators and the fans, they are overboard. They take it so personal. This right here is entertainment. And I feel like when you start going into these people' personal lives where trying to stop their bags and stop their money, their business, going out there and slum on their pretty much slum on their page and go inside their business established, that was drawing the line. And I think just like Bondi Blue was saying, is that I blame the producers as well because
And that's
what
what
they
we've been
try,
saying. The
huh?
producer the producer is not doing his work at all. Like he's so bothered about Bravo. I really don't get
Hmm.
it. Like I get that millimeters go overboard, yes, and they attack some of the fans. But one thing that they've always said that was correct was them dragging Carlos. Because if Carlos had put his foot down initially, like so many things, now we're having a snowball effect of all his bad decisions.
Yeah, but see, Carlos, he love it, and I'm gonna say allegedly, and most likely that's why Bravo went ahead and kicked him to the curb because the underhanded stuff that he does. Look how with Phaedra and Portia and all the drama that he was linked to, and to me, I think that if he does not pump his brakes and stop running and chasing after these dollars, where you pretty much putting these people's lives in jeopardy, because as you can see, these people now they at a push of a button can find where you live at. Last night, I'm not going to tell you no lie, I was watching one of these bloggers where she was saying, oh, I can get your IP address, talking about these reality people, on Love and Marriage in Huntsville. She was talking about, yeah, because I can put your uh address and I can do your IP and find out where you are, and talking about the people business, talking about Stormy's business, saying about her products, and she want people to email her the information so she can go ahead and try to sabotage the people business. Now to
That
me,
doesn't
that's
make
right
any
there, it is crossing the line. That's insane.
That's insane. Yes, I get that people are mad at what Stormy did, but I just think there's some there's an extent I can go for someone, and that extent is too bad. What Stormy did was not right, but reciprocating. I mean, Melody did not say anything, right? Melody did not say anything. She's quiet. I feel if she wants to do something, she can, and she has not said anything. So I don't. Everybody can be mad. I said it on my life, so I'm not going to be an hypocrite. When I saw what Stormy did, I too was irritated, and I was not happy
So
that
what
she did
Stormy did,
that.
because I really don't watch the show that much, but what did Stormy do?
So, Sugar Mama's product launched, skincare launched 2 days ago.
Yeah, but
So
Stormy didn't have anything to do with that.
that's not even the drama. About 4 days ago, Stormy started throwing shots at Mel. I can't remember the whole details because I was trying not to like watch her lives. I was trying to avoid the whole drama. But unfortunately, thank God, Melody was sick, so there was no back and forth. And I'm thanking God because I'm sick. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of all this nonsense drama being on this show. And I think this guy was even keeping quiet because at this point, a producer ought to have intervened. Then Sugar Mama's product launched on, I can't remember, I think 2 days ago, if I'm remembering correctly. Then the day it was supposed to launch, I think if I'm to be your friend and you tell me I am launching a product, then that same day you start talking about a launch of your own skincare product. I mean, we're like, this is very insensitive because you had all the time to talk about this entire skincare you had, and it's like it's even a finished product. That was why everybody was looking at her like the side eye. It was an entirely finished product. So it's not something that she just made. It's something that she has already sat on. She has made it. A chemist has done the whole thing. They have the product. So why was it that same day conveniently you had to announce that? So even me, I'm like, why are you moving like this? Like
Mhm.
it was just when I looked at it, I'm like, girl, this is just very unnecessary. So I spoke about it because I would never, even if I tend to, or if I say, oh, I'm no longer your friend, I will still try to like move my date maybe a week later or something so that it doesn't clash because she obviously knows that people will look at this thing and people will be irritated. And when people speak about it, she's going to come out and swear on God again. That's why I hate people swearing on God because it seems like every time someone swears on God, they're lying.
Mhm.
So people have been looking at her the side way, and then she has been coming lives, coming lives, coming lives, and I'm like, girl, stop. Now, for someone to then have their own video talking about how they're going to sabotage her, I mean, Stormy is doing a perfect work of not really taking her business seriously, and I think she needs to
Stormy,
address it
she's a
with
multi-million dollar. She have a
yeah,
multi-million dollar business, huh? She
yeah,
look
yeah.
like she's doing pretty good to me. That big old huge mansion that she lives in
That's the point. Like,
came
I
from
feel
nothing.
bought something from her, and that's why now, if I want to buy, I rather go to the stores, like just
Oh,
to
so you
respect.
purchased a product from her before?
Yes, just to respect myself because customer service zero, ordering from web zero. So it's like frustrating to get. These days we move from all these physical stuff. Most people buy beauty or hair products online. So it's just really annoying that in multi. That's why I keep saying I don't have a problem with Stormy. I just feel like if you do not like Mel, just be honest. I feel maybe that's just my own philosophy. Like just be honest if you do not like somebody. So you don't have to pretend to be friends. That way you just like you're letting away the burden and you're free. I mean,
Mhm.
Letitia can say whatever she wants to say. Destiny can say whatever she wants to say. That and people would not care because they don't like each other, and it's fine. So moving funny is worse than actually being an enemy, and I think that's why people don't like her. But I would never want to purposely get details and go and report and go and do this and go and
Documents.
do that. Yeah, if someone's business is going to fail, let it fail on its own. I don't want to contribute to that, and that's just fine. If I'm mad at someone, the highest I would do is I would take my money elsewhere. And I've done that to several people. Once I complain one, two, three times and you do not change, I'll just take my money elsewhere. And that's just my like my philosophy. But for someone
Mhm.
to go that far, I think most I that's why I always differentiate fans and stans. People always try to differentiate it. Stans are people that don't mind going any length to ruin someone for someone that they like. And I think that's where people do not know how to. see the do not know how to balance it. And that's just a very, very big problem that we're facing now in the reality TV show, like fans group or community. So it's just crazy to me. It's just like the
Let
whole
me
thing.
let me go ahead and play a little bit of. I'm not gonna play her video. I'm just gonna play her audio of Bonnie Blue, what she was talking about with Stormy and Melanie. Because she feel that it's the fans and some of the bloggers that's trying to see a rivalry going on between those two. Like I said, a lot of this stuff, you have to be mindful of who are the ones that's fanning the fire. Like I say, I think the producers are the ones that's is really pumping up these content creators to to be biased and to keep all this confusion that is going on. Let me go ahead and play this right here. This is Bonnie Blue. I see College. Yeah, College came back in. College, welcome back. College. College. I told
She
College to go ahead and put a seatbelt on.
muted.
College, your mic is on mute.
It's already out.
Huh? Oh, she's out again. Yeah, she's trying to get in, but for some reason she having problems with her internet. But yeah, let me let you hear this right here. You familiar with Bondi Blue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can go ahead and just play just a little bit. I want you to hear, because she's calling out these fans. And I've been calling them out from day one because this is just a show. Let me let you hear some of the stuff that she's saying. Yeah, this right here is Bonnie Blue, guys. Make sure you go ahead and check our channel out. From even like participating because you don't know how to participate like a normal person. It's a reality show. You get your feel, you get caught up, you enjoy the mess, and then you go back to your life. And see, that's what I'm saying. And I've been saying that from day one. Go and check out my videos. This is a reality show. What I think is just like she's saying, some of these people, they rather talk about these people on the TV just to deflect from their lives. Maybe something is going on in their personal life where they put all this energy on the show. These people are getting thousands and thousands of dollars. I don't know how much they are getting paid on Love and Marriage in Huntsville. I don't think they pay them as much as Bravo because Bravo has a very huge platform where they can pay $1 and $2 million. But I don't know how much they get paid with Love and Marriage in Huntsville. You don't get involved that cause more issue and all this craziness that y'all doing. Kevin, thank you for the super chat. People need to reevaluate the parasocial relationships they have with people that they don't know and don't know them. Exactly. Exactly. Like you don't know that you do not know Destiny, but you have like tagged yourself onto Destiny. You and Destiny are alike, and now you're going to get up here to do this shit, man. Because this is apparently, from what Miss Van said, this is the Peggy lady is the head of one of Destiny's fan clubs, and I'm not blaming this on Destiny. I think Destiny don't have shit to do with this, except for the fact that this is somebody who's seen her interactions with Mel, decided they were on her side, and now y'all want to do this shit. The fans are out of control. What you think about that, Lana? Where she said the fans are out of control.
Okay, I'm going to. Sorry, I need to go outside just so because I'm disturbing people in here. So I'm going to say it in two ways. One, the show needs the fans, crazy or not crazy. You know that. But the show never gave a balance. We see a lot of nasty things happening in the show. So, what do you expect the fans to do? Now, this Peggy lady, I had to remove myself from several groups that she was in. There was this particular Facebook group I used to enjoy. It was Love and Marriage Huntsville, the adult stable or something like that. Can't remember clearly. Immediately, this girl became a moderator. Oh my god. It's oh my god. That's all I can say. I don't. Did I say girl? Lady, old lady. Like oh my god. That is what like even I that do not like Tisha. I was exclaiming because the level of hate, like the entire group changed from something that you watch of will watch the episode and everybody will have like drop their videos, drop what their opinions. You know how Facebook group goes by.
Mhm.
But this girl transformed an interesting group into something that I was disgusted to open because every single day she would drop like 10 posts hatred towards male. I'm like, man, I've hated people, but I don't think I've ever been this insane because I can't describe her
So she's
as
a
someone
YouTube
that is
creator.
insane.
She's a
No,
YouTube creator, Lamb. She a
she's
YouTube
not.
creator?
She's not a YouTube creator.
Okay.
Thank God she
Or she
isn't.
just a crazy fan.
Yes, she's just crazy. And you know the saddest thing? This lady was once a male fan. From what I can remember, because people used to say what used to happen, she said something and the male corrected her. And ever since then, it went downhill. I mean,
Wow.
I know that some millimeters can be crazy. Yeah, the millimeters group too, they are some crazy people. But at least the moderators are doing a good job by like removing all this. You know, there's some essence to which you insult a person that even someone else will be like, nah, you have gone way above what you're supposed to do. But this group, unfiltered insults, like I don't even know how this group is surviving Facebook. Unfiltered insults, left, right, center. It's it became so toxic. I had to remove myself. So once I saw that she was the one, and the fact that she never even cross checked to see that it was a fan made poster, I was even more disappointed. I mean, if you want to bring down somebody, at least do your homework, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least let your arsenal be complete. How would you go and report to a company about a fan made stuff?
That's
And yet, this
sad.
thing, like, this thing can lead to several issues because it can lead to several things. I don't think they've renamed this their Facebook group because I moved myself and I can't find it anymore.
Hmm. But that's sad, when you have to tear down, people that you
Yeah,
don't know, just like what Bondi Blue said. And I'm
yeah,
glad that she went ahead and talked about it because, she has a very huge platform. And not only that, she actually, you know, was, she came on that show, she, even though she was a little extra, but, she was
yeah,
on that show. So, I think that, I don't know if she's friends with Melanie. Most likely sounds like Melanie. But I'm
yeah. She
glad that she
is,
went ahead and called it out.
but
And
I think it has gotten to yeah.
yeah, and how she
But I
said
think
it,
that
she's not just
probably
saying with Melanie, she's talking about, just with all
in
the cast,
general,
yeah, all the
and
cast, people are just doing a little too much.
this is the problem. Like I used to watch in my country we have Big Brother. Our Big Brother is not like the same setting as the US Big Brother. So I used to have this problem with a group of fans. We call them shippers, basically. So there are people that ship people together, and whenever people try to call out the toxic dynamics of whoever are in that ship, or whenever someone in the ship decides to break up with the other person, they become so toxic. And then it kept on going for years. People did not see how bad it was, but then in recent years, people started understanding that it is not that these people are not seeing how toxic the situation are, is that they know it's toxic, but they've become so like they do not have love in their life, so they are projecting onto the other person.
So do y'all have any reality shows in
And by
Africa?
Yeah, we have a lot, a
Because
lot.
you know,
But the
I've been
biggest is
doing a
actually
lot of
Big Brother,
I've been following and watching a lot of content creators in Africa. What part of Africa you in?
Nigeria.
Oh, Nigeria. Yeah,
Yeah.
I made a video on that on Nigeria, but I didn't upload it. I might go ahead and upload it because for some reason I just been, watching a lot of content creators, from Africa. Have you ever heard of this content creator by the name of D what's the name? D Manga and I am Maui? You ever heard of them before?
Nah, if they do African content, do they talk about Africa
Oh, well, they talk about their village. They're more in the village, They talk about
or the village?
yeah,
I only
they call it the bush. I think that's what they call it. But I had a video I upload. uh,
nah,
I think it was
I only
yesterday, but
watch
I went
like
ahead and I
you should
didn't
go ahead and do
I didn't
that.
miss it. Hmm. What you said?
Go ahead and do that. Go ahead. Like I said,
You
go
would like to
ahead.
talk
I even
about
plan
it?
on doing more. Yeah, I plan on doing more of this kind of content by April because I really do not want to focus on reality TV. Like it should be my focus
Yes.
anymore. I feel
Yes.
like at some point you start getting sucked in, and I want to like diversify. To be honest.
Well, make sure when you talk about it, make sure you tag me in, and I'm also gonna tag you in because for some reason that's what I'm more passionate about of going, doing content with Africa. I see one of a girl, American girl. She's not too far from where I'm from, where I live at. She live in Shreveport, Louisiana, and she moved to Africa. I think what part I think she's in Kenya. I think that's where she's at, or she probably be somewhere else. But she's in the bush where she at, and she purchased some land. She went ahead and married one of the African men where she had her own content. She have her own content, and it's very, very beautiful. Where she went ahead and married him. I think he was helping her on the land or whatever. And I mean, less than 2 years, you need to see what they have accomplished. They have done so much. I mean, her and her husband really did a good job, out there, and they are doing real, real good. Now, I made a video in Nigeria. Now, this is the question that I want to know. Why do they have so many mega churches, big old mega buildings in Nigeria? Why do they have that? They have more mega churches than they have factories or, something that, these people, some of them that's in those villages that they can benefit from. How can they benefit with all those mega churches? That's what I want to know.
So I'm going to just speak on it quickly so that I can leave. So
Huh?
I said I'm going to speak on it quickly so I can leave. So what people don't get is that it's easier to be the church than to be the company.
Okay.
Our government, it's so sad to say this, but our government, even if the church says, "Oh, let's be the company, let's do this," the government will so stifle you because they enjoy the poverty that most people in the village are in. Because when they are there, any crumbs they give them, they will feel like, oh my God, Jesus just fell from heaven. So the problem is not that nobody wants to finance things. Companies are actually leaving the country because of the government.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well build a church and give more people money from the church because that's the only way. The country is going to stifle everything you want to do to be the country. and we have an election in 2 days. I didn't want to talk about it because it just makes me really sad. Like, it
I,
makes me
I
very, very
understand.
sad.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, and it makes me sad as well. That's why I couldn't upload the video. It made me upset,
Nah,
just to
it's
see.
it's a very good part of YouTube. Like, I really want to go into all these things. It has viewership. It has, like, you should get into it. Anyways, I have to go now.
Okay, thank you for coming on my live here.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it, but do you have your email, private your email, and I can go ahead. Oh, she went ahead and left. But yeah, guys, that's what I really want to go ahead and talk about. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull this up right here, because I don't understand in the country of Nigeria why they have so many churches. I mean, mega churches. They even have a huge white statue of Jesus in a country that's 99% black. And but yet you got a huge white Jesus that's sitting smack in that building. It doesn't make sense. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull some of it up. I might be able to pull it up because I did do the video, but I went ahead and deleted it. But yeah, let me see if you can see this part right here. Let me see if you can see this right here. It doesn't make sense. It's just to show you. Now, why would you just look at this? This right here, and this is what I want to talk about when Lana come back on. I'm gonna see if she and I can go ahead and talk about it, because see, we so focused on these foolish stuff, but yet, on these reality shows, but yet this is real life. In real life stuff, we want to go ahead and turn our head on. Alana said we also have very large presence of traditional worshippers. We always had gods. I don't know. Yeah, I want to go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and email you. I want to go ahead and talk about this because to me, I just don't understand. And I was reading that they have huge churches. I mean, big mega churches, and we know what that's all about. But why would you want to continue suppressing people that's already suppressed? Now, I'm not saying that the entire country of Nigeria, because they have very rich people. Because I used to do some of their hair when they used to come into the shop. I mean, very rich people, doctors, because they're not going to even come to America unless they're a doctor or a lawyer or something like that. But I'm talking about these statues and those mega churches. Most of them are in the village where people don't have no clean water. They don't have the right infrastructure. They house tore down. They living in straw houses. But yet you got these mega churches. Come on, guys, make it make sense. This does not make no sense at all. Now you got this big old huge white statue that's proclaiming to be the Messiah. That's right here showing you right now. This is nothing but white supremacists. And the thing about it is that the video that I went ahead and deleted, which I'm gonna go ahead and upload it again. But one of the guys came down and asked them, what color is Jesus? And they say Jesus is white. They say Jesus is white. Now, some of you guys might not say, oh, it doesn't matter. But, to me, it mattered, because if you want to tell the truth, you tell the truth. Why would you want to put a big old white statue of someone calling themselves a Christ in the middle of Nigeria? 99% of all black people. Come on, guys, make it make sense. Let me see let me see what all on here. Because right here, what I was doing is I was making a video because I wanted you guys to
A 17-year-old
look at
girl
this.
recounted how she
Let me see.
conflict, much of it over the
Look at that. Now you're gonna have mega churches. Yeah, let me let you play. Let me do this. Because this was the video I was making. Let me see. Look at that. Just look at that. Look at this. Now you're going to have all these mega churches, and these people, some of these people don't even know where they next meal. They next meal don't even have a job, don't even have a place to lay their head on. I mean, lay their head in. Just look at this.
1 million people have died in the last 3 decades due to armed conflict, much of it over the country's vast mineral wealth that has not trickled down to most people here. Meeting with survivors, Pope Francis said he was left speechless. A 16-year-old boy told of seeing his father murdered, his head tossed in a basket. A 17-year-old girl recounted how she was kidnapped and raped repeatedly for nearly 2 years until she escaped and gave birth to twins. At the foot of a cross, mutilated survivors laid down symbols of their suffering. Your tears are my tears, said the pontiff. Your pain is
Now right here,
my
the
pain.
Pope is saying, your
Others feeling
tears is
pain.
my tears. Let me go ahead and see if I can mute this. But the thing about it is that these people come in every once so many years saying the same story over and over. You know the condition that is going into some of these countries. But they going back. They gonna make sure that they have a bed. They're gonna make sure that they have a roof over their head. And they still selling these people the same story. And they still falling for it. When the Pope came in kissing a few babies. They out there dancing. So glad to see the Pope. But yet they had to go back and lay on a dirt floor. And I'm not saying all of them. That's why Lana, she's from Nigeria. And I don't believe she's living like that. But I'm just saying, the ones that's I've been seeing that was out there don't even have a place, a roof to put over their own head. Come on, guys, make it make sense. And that's why I say when we talk about these reality shows, all that stuff, guys, that's just a distraction. Just to keep us from focusing on what's really going on out there.
Murdered, his head tossed in a basket. A 17-year-old girl, symbols of their suffering. Your tears are my tears, said the pontiff. Your pain is my pain. Others feeling pain was attacked earlier this week.
I'm trying to
LGBT people can be thrown in prison.
let me see. There's something else I want
Juba,
to see.
South Sudan. Meeting with survivors.
That's sad, guys.
Until
I'm
she
serious.
escaped and gave birth to twins. At the foot of a cross.
And the thing about it is, it's like they using them, making use, putting these people out there, and they really not even giving the money to where it needs to go, but they only using these people so they can become rich. Guys, they gonna have to answer for all this right here. I mean, when I saw this stuff, I say, God, my God, this is just little, it's just sad. Let me see if I can pull some more up. Yeah, but that's the video that I was working on. I mean, all those mega churches that's out there. This is horrible. Look at this. Why would a big old mega church like this, all in Nigeria, why would they even have? I saw one mega church that can fit over 1 million people. 1 million people. Just imagine the money that is going into these churches. So if you can have a big old mega church and can seat 1 million people, then no one in that village, no one that goes to that church should be wanting for nothing. So if you're going to that church and you still got to go and lay your head on the dirt floor, then you should come out of there. You should come out of there. But like I say, their time is coming. Their time is almost up. Look at this, all in Nigeria. That's what I want to talk to Lana about. These big old mega churches is all in Nigeria. Catholic churches. Look at that. Christian churches. Look at this. And all the statues. Can you see all these statues that they got lined up on all white people? Guys, this is horrible. Look at this. Look at this. All in the name of Jesus. All these people are wolves in sheep clothing. Like I say, guys, we be focusing on things that we shouldn't even be focusing on. When the real enemy out there is just working overtime on our people. Make it make sense. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull this up. Because I see what this says. Changes you made. I don't want to cancel because I'm doing good. I noticed that I have not been lagging, so I guess it was my internet, which I'm still going to go ahead and get another laptop. I want a Mac because I have an HP and I need something much better than what I have right now. Let me see if I can pull this up. I want you guys to see this right here. Yeah. Pull this up. Yeah, this is the family that I was telling. Let me see. I'm not going to show her content, but I'm going to just show you some yeah, this right she's from she's from the States. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she moved to I can't think of what part of Africa that she moved in, but she's doing real good. But like I say, if you're going to Africa, guys, if the Most High God would ever allow me to go back home to the motherland, which I do believe that I'm going because that was my goal, that and I was planning on going to the motherland, and that's when all things had happened with my business and all that. But I believe that the Most High God is going to allow me to go back. I mean, to go. But I want to show you her. Let me see if I can show you this content creator. She moved to the motherland, and I mean, she's doing good. I'm not going to show her. I'm going to just show you some of her thumbnails. Yes. Look at this. Is DIY house, do it yourself. But this couple right here, she's from the States. She's her family's right here in Louisiana, but he's an African. Let me see if I can pull up. I mean, they are doing good. But what I was saying is that, when you decide to go and just say, I want to move back to Africa, make sure you have your own money, you have your own business plan, you have everything, where you're not going there to look for a job, you're going there so you guys can help build. You know, that's what I feel. I feel like you're going to leave from America and go back to Africa, don't go there looking for a job. Go there already with a business mindset. That's what I think. But yeah, this couple right here, she's from America, and I mean, they are doing good. I mean, I remember when I said there, she came on my channel. I think it was like a notification. I think it was like maybe about 2 months. And trust me, I have watched every last one of her videos. Every last one of her videos is just that good. And I believe that her channel is really going to blow up. But I hope you can see a little bit. But make sure you go ahead and check out her channel. It's DIY House and Farm. and they are doing good. I mean, really good. And then her father-in-law gave her a big old huge piece of land, acres of land, and told her to do whatever she wants to do on that land. And I pray that she just don't build houses. I pray that, at least build a farm, or, build a school. But you don't need all these big old houses when the ones that's around you, they don't even have a roof over their own head, or a place, to lay their head. So what's the purpose of you building all these huge homes, driving, out of your driveway, and passing by people that don't even have nothing, that don't make no sense. So I pray that the land that was given to her, that she would give it back to that community. Now that's what I would do. That's exactly what I would do. But I mean, they are doing good, guys. I am very impressed every time when I watch this video. And she struggles a lot, because, we are not used to that. We used to, a certain type of, it's like a culture shock. And, but she got a very strong black African man that just helping her along the way. Because these women that's in Africa, some of these women, I'm not saying all, I'm saying some, they work. They work from sun up and to sundown. They work. They are not lazy. They are not lazy. They'll look at us probably lazy because, child, I probably would, me, sure. But just look at this. I mean, this is my heart desire. And I promise you, um, one of my friends, when she had passed, she had made a video with me. We both was going to the motherland. We both was going to the motherland, but things had turned for left to something else. But we are going back. But I hope you guys can see some of these pictures right here. She struggles sometimes, but she's, like I say, she's doing good. I mean, and the thing about it, this right here could have been carbonation. Every time when I look at her pictures, I say this right here could have been carbonation if they would have done right. Uh, and especially our people, if you want to come together, sit there and say, it's time for us to, come together and build. If you got a piece of, if you got some land and you can farm off your land, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Where you can go outside and you can just pick fruits from the garden, or from a tree. Don't have to worry about no rent. Don't have to worry about no water because they got wells. Man, that's right there. That's what I call the good life. Don't have to worry about no bills, no problems, no nothing. This is good right here. Let me see what land they're saying. Yep. And I was wondering, how they was brushing their teeth. And because I was used to say, man, their teeth is so white. What they do is they take some kind of stick off of, I don't know what the name of the tree, and they break it, and that's how they brush their teeth. I'm not saying they do, but I'm just saying some of the ones that's living in a village, which they call it the bush. Yeah, I really like this. Let me see if I can go pull up another one. But this is what I've been watching, guys. I've been watching this right here, and I really enjoy every bit of it. I just hate when these foreigners, they come in and try to take advantage, want to post these kids in the village, the ones that's uh orphans, they don't have their parents are dead, and they putting these kids on there, but yet like they care for them. They've been doing that since I was a child, using these kids. What they call them is I forgot what they call them. There's a name that they call them, that they use these kids so you can send donations, or you can for their channel to make, like for the, for content, for subscribers and all this. But like I say, God is watching you, because whatever you do to the least of God's children, you have done it to me. That's what the word says. So they think that they trying to get over these some of these people, and that's not even just in Africa. That's also in the United States. They do that. When people sitting there, they don't have much. It look like they suppress them even more. I really like him. Now I was trying to see if Lana know about them. He is David Jr. I like him. Now he got his brother. His brother has a very huge channel, and I think his brother have like over 450 subscribers, and his sister's doing good. But I really like David Jr. He's more humble, very humble. And what he's doing is his he's helping his uncle to build his house, because they all was living, like our great grandmother used to live. That's how they live in the village. They don't even have like running toilets. But now David Jr. and his family, they living in a nice house, because content creators, because of the they channel, YouTube channel. So they are doing really good. But now they helping each other in the village. Yep, but this is what I've been this is what I've been this is what I've been doing. Like I said, guys, a lot of stuff that they put in our face, all that stuff is just to rock you to sleep, when it's so much stuff that's going on out there in the real world. But see, they blind us by all that other stupid stuff. That's what they do. But like I said, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. They just been counting us like sheep for the slaughter for a little too long, but they know that their time is almost up. Let me see. I like Uncle Mo. But yeah, guys, this is what I've been doing. My heart just been going to them. And like I said, when it comes to Africa, and I've been saying this for a long time, Africa is very rich. If Africa would close their doors on all those cankerworms, palmer worms, and those locusts, they will suffer. Africa take care of every country, but yet they got some of the poorest people, because these people that's coming in, they really just coming in just to clean them up. All the minerals, all the oil, all the resources come directly out of Africa. But like I said, their time is almost up. Trust me, their time is up. They're gonna have to give back everything, everything that they took with interest, and that's real talk. That's real talk. Because, like I said, they know that their time is almost up. But yeah, this is what I've been doing. I am over an hour, guys, because I only just stay on here an hour anyway. But since I haven't came on in a while, I guess I just sit here and just I want to show you one more. I want to show you Uncle Mo. I love me some Uncle Mo. I'm surprised Lana never even saw this, because she says she haven't seen this. Let me see after I find Uncle Mo. Hold on, guys. Hey guys, sorry about that. My grandbaby's birthday was today. Yeah. So let me see if I can find Uncle Mo. I'm gonna see if I can find Uncle Mo, and after that, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. But yeah, guys, and make sure you go and subscribe to these channels. Like I said there and say, guys, if we could sit there all day and watch all those doggone foolish stuff, reality shows, knowing it's only a distraction, then we gonna sit there and watch some real life stuff that's going on. Because this right here is real life. This is not no reality show. This is these people lives. So if we could sit there and watch all that foolish stuff, then we can watch this stuff right here. Let me see. Trying to see if I can go ahead and pull up a little more. Yeah, today is my grandbaby's birthday. Yeah, I got that, and that's my I only have one one grandson, all the rest of them girls. Yeah. Yeah. This right here, this guy right here, this is Uncle Mo. Yeah, I like him. Let me see. I don't want to play stuff. Yeah, but this right this is Uncle Mo right here. And Uncle Mo, he never went out of his village. Never went out of his village. And these two ladies right there, I don't know him, but these two ladies right there, they took him out of the village and brought him to the city of what at somewhere in Nigeria. I can't think what the country, the town there is in. But took him and put him in an Airbnb. He didn't know what a microwave was. He didn't know like with running water. He was very excited about all that and the stuff that we take advantage of. I'm trying to see if I can go ahead and find this. Guys, man, like I say, this touches my heart because this is real life. This right here is real life. We be watching all that other this stuff on reality shows. But you see, the thing about it is that all that show, we talk about our own and drag our own down to the gutter, but we sure not going to talk about all the stuff that Zodiac is through. Even if Kim Zodiac is going through all that, I promise you, her people is gonna pull her out. She's not gonna sit there. Her people is not gonna put their foot on her neck. They gonna pull out. And we're not gonna talk about stuff like that. We're only gonna talk about our own stuff, our own people. But yes, guys, this right here is Davis Jr.'s channel. I'm trying to see where Uncle Mo at. But he's building his uncle a house. Let me see if I can see. Yeah, that's their house. They build the house. But let me see if I can find Uncle Mo. Yeah, this is Uncle Mo house right here. Let me see if y'all could see it. Yeah, this right here, he had got a package. Some people would send him a package because what they are doing is they are helping him finish building his house because he was living like in a little shack and stuff. I don't know if you guys can see it because it looked like I don't know if I'm freezing or it's delayed or whatever. But yeah, guys, the things that we take for granted, like I said, is people that we think is doing worse off than what we are doing. But see, they not living worse. They are happy. That's the thing about it. They are happy. They are very happy. They don't have to worry about sitting there paying no bills. They don't have to worry about the cops chasing them. They don't have to worry about all this stuff that's going on, racism and all this other stuff. These people are living off of their land. And sometimes, I truly believe when it comes to when God allowing us to watch this stuff right here, because you never know how things is happening right now that you might have to go back because they got everything that's organic, all their fruits, their vegetables, it's off the tree, off the ground, and they are very content, very content. And that's to just show you sometimes, we live above our being, we live above our being, You cannot build a solid foundation off of material possession. That's just like building a house on sinking sand. And he is so happy, so content of people donating and giving him things, so he can finish with his house. And I love David Jr. So guys, make sure you go ahead and check his channel out because he's more honest. He's a very honest person. And just look how they appreciate things. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciating the smaller things. People is helping him putting his house together. You know? And that's why I've been watching stuff like this. And some people probably say, "Oh my God, I can't stand watching stuff like this." Well, you never know. The world that we living in right now, this right here is in. You don't know what could happen. Look at the food and all this stuff that's going on. You don't know what's good. You don't know what you are eating. You don't know how things going to turn out. Well, we might have to go back. You remember this movie called, I think it was called 2012 or something like that, where it was like the end of the world and all the rich people, it was like they was on this boat and that boat end up in Africa. So you never know. We might end up back in Africa because one thing about Africa, some of these people, they know how to survive. We wouldn't know how to survive. They know how to survive. And you guys looking at all these people with these big mansions, big houses, these big cars, and looking at these reality shows, them people not living that life. Them people living from paycheck to paycheck, robbing Peter to pay Paul. You looking at these people lives. If them people was about that life, do you think that they would be on a reality show? No. No. That's just like with Candy Boris. Everybody was saying that Candy was worth $50 million. Candy say, if that's what you guys want to think, just because you go and Google how much they make, how much their income is, that does not mean that it's accurate. I don't think that if Candy was worth all that $1 million back then, Candy would have came on that reality show. And Candy, wish Candy loved money. Candy loved money. But what's the purpose of having all that money and you're not happy? Your kids, your kids not happy. I remember, and I'm not just talking about Candy Boris, but I do remember when Raleigh had put Candy and Tide on blast. When Raleigh was on the show and she said to Tide, she said, you should sit there and lose that daddy daycare because you far from it. And she was telling Candy in so many words, you gone all the time. I'm sitting there pretty much with the child with Blaze not Blaze, the other one, Ace at the time. What's the purpose of making all that money and you're not home with your kids? Kids they not worrying about how much money. They worrying about all they want is their parents home. That's all they want. Long as their parents home, they good. Yeah, Colin. I see Colin say happy birthday too. Yeah, my grandbaby. Yeah, girl. But yeah, that's what I wanted to go ahead and show you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. But yeah, yeah, my grandbaby. Yeah, that my only grandson. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and told him to go ahead and I told him to order whatever they want off of Amazon and I go ahead and pay for it. Yeah. But guys, like I said, when it comes to all this stuff, these reality shows, all it is just a distraction to keep us focusing on all that garbage when they working overtime on us. That's all it is. And the thing about it is we get so caught up in it. I mean, last night when I was on YouTube, I couldn't even watch some of these content creators, how they sitting there talking about these reality shows like they know these people. I mean, want to sit there and sabotage these people's business. And like that, I take it personally. You don't sabotage people's business, especially Black business. We only have 1% of business when they own 99% of businesses. So why would you want to sabotage just a little business that Black entrepreneurs have? Come on, guys. That does not make no sense. That does not make no sense at all. That's sick. It's just to show you, it just a lot of sick people that's out there taking these people's life like it's personal, like they know these people. I mean, last night, this lady, and all I saw is just like, she just looked like a witch. I am not going to tell you no lie. Because see, I can sense these demonic spirits in these people. I sense it because that's just a gift that I have. Because like I say, these people are evil and bitter. I mean, this lady was sitting there talking about one of these reality people, talking about how this lady, she articulated her words, can't talk, but yet every word that was coming out of her mouth, she wasn't even using the correct grammar herself. So how heck you going to sit there and talk about you educated and this person can't talk? You couldn't talk either. You can't talk either. And it just gets me. Like I sit there and say, our people is just lost. Just because they coming on and watching these people lives like they know these people, man, it's sick. That's just to show you we live in a sick world. And when you going out there and you trashing these people, trashing their business, gosh, you mean the struggle is that real? Somebody need to do a GoFund for some of these content creators, because the thirst is real. The thirst is so real. Dang, just to get people to come in and subscribe to your channel. I wouldn't even want nobody to come and subscribe to my channel if I got to constantly tearing somebody down. If I'm going to tear you down, trust me, I'm going to build you back up. I'm not going to tear you down just because I'm jealous. I'm covering somebody else's blessings. I hate this person just because this person is not a part of the clique. Come on, guys. That's demonic. That's evil. Gosh. And the thing about it is that it's our people. You don't see them running around talking about Kim Zolciak and her husband. They not making no videos talking about them, that they going through foreclosure and all this other stuff. They not worrying about nothing like that. They're not going to worry about how they going to see their kind going to stick together. I promise you, somebody behind the scene is writing Kim Zolciak and Croy a contract where most likely they gonna get out of this mess, that foreclosure. That's why they say they're not worried about it. They might do another reality show. Or if they don't do a reality show, I promise you, somebody behind the scene is cutting those checks for them to make sure that they're not going to lose what they got. See, they're going to take care of each other. But see, we don't do that. We're not going to take care of each other because we act like a bunch of crabs in a barrel. Like I say, some of us, it's not going to even cross over because we are lost. Guys, our people do so much. Where I don't look at it, it's the white man, no, it's our people do the most. Because they cannot do nothing to you but what you allow them to do. Like I say all the time, old master don't have to do anything no more because now it's embedded in our head. And that's what we got to do. In order for us to come out of this, we got to renew our mind. You can have all the money, but if your mind is jacked up, you ain't got nothing. And that's what our people, everybody's saying, let's go ahead and we find a solution, how to come out. Or it's time for us to get our reparation checks. Yes, it's been over time for us to get our reparation check. But what they did is they gave you that PP loan, just a test to see how you was going to act. So when they give you that reparation checks, you will know what to do with it. But they see right now you don't know what to do, because the minute when you got those PP loans, what did you do? You sat there and you invested on your backs. You sat there and you gave it right back to them. I didn't want to preach, guys. But like I said there and say, enough is enough. They tested you with those PP loans. And all you did was went out there and made these people more powerful than what they are. Don't you know the banks was in trouble? Don't you know some businesses was in trouble? They knew if they sat there, they figured out how to get these banks back on track, how to get these businesses out of the red. Go ahead and give that money to the poor, and I promise you, we're going to come out of our debt. We're going to come out of the red. And you did exactly. So if they, like I said on several of my videos, if they cut you those checks for those reparation checks, what they're going to do, they're going to move into your community. You're going to start seeing all types of people that does not look like you building shops in your community so they can suck you dry. And what they're going to do, they're not going to pour not one dime back into your community. They're going to send it out. So how could you sit there and say that you are ready for your reparation check? How can you sit there and say you got the solution? Oh, it's money. You don't even have to have money. I'm a witness. You didn't have to have money to start your business, because favor not fair. God can take zero and take a zero and put zeros and commas all behind it if he wants to bless you. So it's not about money. You got to get your mind right. Our mind is not right. Come on, guys, wake up. Stop allowing these people to rock you to sleep. And that's exactly what they are doing. That's why they put all this foolish stuff in your way. Got you acting up. You are kings and queens. Without you, nothing exists. Nothing exists without you. I was watching videos, guys. I'm not going to tell you no lie. How they got Asian people with straight hair. You know, Asian people got straight hair. But they going into these salons and having people to put perms in their hair so they can knot it up so their hair can look like an afro, look like black people. The black boys, how they be doing their hair. They don't want to look like you. The thing about it is they just don't want your problems. But they love everything about you. And the thing about it is that you don't see it. You don't see it. How they imitate everything about you, even the melanin in your skin. I talked about this all the time. The melanin in your body is like liquid gold. Don't you know the government right now, and I'm going to say allegedly, but I did read an article, how they figuring out how to zap the melanin out of your body, putting it in computer chips, putting it in military armors and all kinds of spacecrafts and everything. The melanin in your body, they saying that they taking synthetic melanin out of birds and plants. Now, you know good well, they don't want no synthetic melanin. We don't even want synthetic hair. We want the real deal. So where you think they're going to get the real deal from? Why you think our brothers are counted like sheep for the slaughter? Why you think so? Because like I said, everything about you is valuable. and you hate everything about you. Come on, guys. Stop allowing these people to put you to sleep. Start researching. You might laugh, but Google have a huge search engine, which you got to watch Google as well, because now they know that our people is start researching and start learning things for ourselves. But guys, you will see the stuff that's going on. You hate yourself. You hate the skin that you are in. Don't you know if you Google how they got to come out into the sun, they have to use suntan lotion. And if you take that suntan lotion and put it in under a UV light, don't you know the UV light got them looking like they got black paint all over their face, like they said they're painted their face black. That's how they look under the UV light, because that's the way the sun got to see you. Our skin best when the sun sees it. Our skin glows. Let me go ahead and Google this for you guys. No, I'm not gonna Google. Let me go ahead and Google this. And the reason why I'm Googling is because I want you guys to start loving yourself. I want you guys to stop sitting there trying to tear down each other. This is not about race, because we all melanin people. It's just that we got some that's chocolate, we got some that's closer to white. But you can't think that you are more superior over one another. And that's where the problem came from. Let me go ahead and Google this right here. And this is not being racist. It's just trying to show you how to love yourself. That's all it is. Just trying to show you how to love yourself. And that's all I'm just saying. This is not about being racist, guys. And not like I said then say, I will go. So let me show you this right here. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you how some of these look under the UV light. And I saw some white college girls was painting their face white. I mean, paint their face black, trying to sit there, being racist. But if truth be told, you don't have to paint your face black. All you have to do is put some suntan lotion on and go under UV light. And trust me, how you mocking somebody, that's exactly how you look to the sun. Let me show you this right here. Well, I can't believe I stayed on this long, guys, because I only could do an hour, and after that, that's it. But I guess because, yeah, let me show you this right here. I'm not going to look at this. Look at that. You see that right there? That's how they really look under a UV light. You see, it said an ultraviolet camera can show not yet visible changes to your skin. Watch this. Look at it. But yet you want to hate yourself. And this is not being racist, but the sun is, like I said, the sun is getting closer and closer to the earth. Our skin is protected. but yet you want to hate yourself. Now look, this native, look how skin they look. This is us. Look how beautiful our skin is under UV light. You don't see no freckles. You don't see no skin damage, no nothing. Because we really don't need all that because we got it our melanin in our body. Now watch, he gonna put some suntan lotion on. Look at that. But when they put it under a UV light, that's exactly how they look. Look at that. Look at that. Did you see that? Look at that. She even shocked. So like I said, they didn't say, you hating on yourself. But when you go out there in the sun protect you. You are protected. But this is how they got to go out there in the sun. Because if they don't put that suntan lotion on them, then the sun is going to burn them up. Google it, 2045. The white race is dying out. The sun is getting closer and closer to the earth. And this is facts. But look, and you saw those college couples, what they was doing. They was sitting there putting paint on their face, mocking black people. But if they really know, you don't have to put no paint on your face. Just go to the store and purchase some suntan lotion and go under a UV light, and you're going to see exactly how you want to look. Just look at this. Look at this. Look. Look at that. That's suntan lotion under UV. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? Just look at that. Just look. But yet you hating yourself. And yet you hating yourself. Yet you trying to sit there and take out something that God has blessed you with. Just look at that. Just look at that. Guys, wake up. Wake up. Stop hating on yourself. Look at that. Just look. Come on, guys, wake up. Like I said, honey, everything is only a delusion. False evidence appear to be real. Let me show you this right here. I want to show you this one right here. Asians, permanent hair. Guys, like I said, we just got to wake up. We just got to wake up. Look at this right here. Let me get it right here. Y'all can see this one. I'm not even gonna monetize this video. But look, just look at this. I want you to look at this. They want to call you every name in the book. You even hate yourself where you want to look like them. But they want to look just like you. Now, this video right here, I'm showing you where Asian guy, he went to his barber because he want his hair to look like our little black boys. Look at this right here. Guys. Yes. Look at this. Now what is he went in that shop because he wants his hair naughty. He wants his hair to look just like our little black boys. Like I said there and say. When God made us, trust me, God knew exactly what he was doing. God knew exactly. Now this the Asian guy went in because he want his hair to look just like this black brother right here. Now he gonna ask this black brother, he gonna say, "Can I touch your hair?" Look, he touching hair. They love to touch our hair, trust me. Love it. But we hate everything about us. We hate everything about us. Now, what he's doing now is he's getting a perm in his hair because he wants his hair the way like these young guys, these young black guys, you know how they be wearing their hair. Look at that. You see? And guys, I promise you this was not planned, but like I said, you know, it is what it is. I've been wanting to make a video on it, but every time when I say I was going to make a video, I always end up, you know, doing something else. But while I'm here, I haven't been on since about 4 days. But just look at this right here. And this is real. Yet you want to hate yourself. You want to hate yourself. But guys, like I say, we got a long ways to go. Boy, it looked like I just tackled everything. I mean, we was talking about reality shows, talking about R. Kelly, talking about now this. I think I covered everything. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to see if I can come on every night to do my show around about 6 o'clock. I just do YouTube and Twitter. I'm thinking about using other networks as well because I can use all kinds of sites, but I'm still trying to make sure that I'm, you know, the live. I was having problems with my lives and trying to get comfortable and used to this. And once I get comfortable, I go ahead and broad out to Facebook and everything, everywhere else. But I'm comfortable with my lives. I like doing it. You know, I really, you know, like doing my videos too, but maybe later on. But I'm gonna try to see if I can come on every night around about 6 o'clock or something like that. I post on my community tab to let you know what time that I will be coming on. But yeah, he's getting a perm because he wants his hair just like our little black babies. Just look at that. So, like I said, then say, guys, it doesn't make no sense for you trying to hate yourself and letting people make you feel like you less than. How these two, those girls that was in that college dorm, how they was painting their face, and like I said there and say, you know, they'll try to belittle you to make you look small, to make you hate yourself, but behind closed, wishing that they were you. Just don't want your problems. Just don't want your struggles. Look at that. You saw that? Just look at that. Just look. Yeah. Just look. You see? He didn't want his hair straight. He wanted this. He saw the little brothers, how they have their hair. Because, like I said, our hair is like magic. Our hair is a blessing. One thing about our hair, you know, we could do whatever we want to our hair. You know, we're not bored. Our hair is not boring. You know, we can create anything with our hair. You know, that's why our hair is our crown. You know, some of them they need to sit there and put a crown, but our hair is our crown. We can do whatever. Look at that. You see that? Look at that. Just look at that. Now he look like a brother. Now he look just like a brother. But guys, yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys that. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to close it out. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed my little live. Like I said, you know, it is what it is. I'm not, you know, trying to sit there and be racist, you know, because I believe that we all are melanated people. It's just that, you know, we have to stop thinking that we are superior over one another because we need each other. Without us, you know, like I said, nothing exists. So it don't make no sense for us sitting there trying to tear down one another, to be jealous over one another, thinking we superior over one another. Because like I said, those days are over with. The first is going to be last and the last is going to be first. What the Most High God is doing right now, he is raising the bottom up. He's raising the bottom up. And it's going to be a time, trust me, where we're going to be glad to be with each other. But like I said, it is what it is. So guys, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I'm going to see what all my grandson put on the list so I can go ahead and buy for him. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Also, thank Lana and College for coming on and talk with me. Like I say, I try to keep it as real as I can get, because like I say, in here is grown folks. We in here, we eat the meat, trust me, and we spit out the bones. So like I said, you want your ears to be tickled, then you're going to have to go somewhere else, somebody else that's going to go ahead and tickle your ears. And that's real talk. So guys, you all have a good night. Peace out.